Yo, what is going on there, YouTube? Riot just released their patch notes for patch 4.5. So I thought I'd go ahead and give my thoughts on the changes that are coming up here. We're just going to jump right into it right away. Got Rengar right off the bat. Health per level increased. Per ability per champion level. So now his skills a scale per champion level instead of per ability level. I guess for the ferocity version. Unseen Predator becomes invisible mid leap at the beginning of the leap. Okay, becomes visible. So he's gonna be seen sooner. I don't know how big of a change that is. It's nice that they changed that though, I guess. Fixing a bug, reduced the cooldown. They also reduced the damage, but made it scale better into the late game. So it'll just be better late game. With his Q it'll be a little weaker early on, but I think that's fine. Seems pretty good. They removed the attack speed buff though. Wow, actually that looks like a nerf. I don't know. The cooldown was cut down by 2 seconds at all ranks, so that might be able to make up for it. I'm not sure. And unusable on structures. Now it's no longer usable on structures. That's gonna be pretty. That seems like a nerf. What about the empowered version we got? So a huge attack speed bonus. Attack speed buff duration 5 seconds. New attack speed buff plus 10% damage for 5 seconds. So I don't know. It looks like they're pretty much a Rengar rework with all these changes. W, it looks like it got buffed though. Cooldown at all ranks is 12 and instead of starting at 15, ending at 11. The damage was unchanged. Little less armor and magic resist, but it lasts longer. And then bonus armor and magic resist increases by 50% per champion or large monster hit. That looks like I don't know. That's just how it works. By 50%. Oh, so it seems just like a buff. Seems just like a buff to the skill right there. So battle roar is good. Empowered battle roar. Damage. Is the damage? Just do more damage. Let's see. Oh yeah. No. Same damage. Based on champion level, minimum heal, maximum heal. Then you get the heal still. It looks like the heal is about the same. Bola strike. It's now a skill shot. The cooldown was reduced at early levels, but it's from 12 to 10, and then last level being 8. It seems like this is maybe a nerf on the cooldown reduction. Damage was increased. It scales better. The range was increased by a lot, but it is a skill shot now. And the movement speed slow was increased as well. Still lasts for 2.5 seconds. But it wasn't. It's a skill shot now, so it's gonna be a lot harder. I feel like if you do land if you do like lane Rengar and you land one of those in lane, you might just be able to push him out of lane on a trade on that. Then we're looking at the empowered. It's a root. It was just a buff to the root, but once again, it's still a skill shot, so it's still pretty hard. It's gonna be it's a buff to the skill overall, all the damage and the slows. But it's skill shot now, so like that's kind of the trade off they got going on there. His ult or throw the hunt. See what we got here. He only gains movement speed when moving towards enemy champions. Movement speed bonus was cut. The cooldown was reduced though, which is nice at early levels. After breaking stealth, he gains movement speed. He gains 1 frosty stack per second for 5 seconds. And then so then I guess people are also alerted when he's close, when he's about to engage with it. I don't know, this seems bad. So I guess the big thing for Rengar this patch is Bone Tooth Necklace is going to be a trinket. It's free. Oh wow. Okay, I didn't think Bone Tooth. I thought they were going to still charge you 800 gold. But it's free. That's actually huge. That's huge. This could be very strong. He doesn't even lose a stack on death. This seems like it could be really good, actually. This could, I mean, like all of his other changes were kind of mad, but this is really, really good. I'm not actually going to go through all these. Plus, I think it's the Thrill of the Hunt duration is pretty good. Thrill of the Hunt movement speed bonus doubled. Do 30%. Tier 3 vision active. Oh, okay. Wow. It seems pretty good, actually. He might be playable. I have to play Rengar, of course. I don't know. I have to see. I'm not sure if he will be good or not. It's one of those things where they change him so much you can't. For me personally, I can't really tell if Rengar is going to be good or not until I play him because they've changed him so much with this patch, or they're going to be. And we're on to Gragas right now. So I guess he didn't get magic per level before. It's going to go up to 1.2. Definitely a buff there. The movement speed is dropped though, a nerf for sure. 2% over 4 seconds. 4 max health instantly. But now there's a cooldown to it. So there's an 8-second cooldown to it. I'm not sure the math on this. I'm pretty sure this is a nerf for the most part on his happy hour. I'm not quite sure the whole math on it with how fast you can actually cast your spells to keep it going. But I heard about this. They're completely changing his kit, really. His Q now has a movement speed slow. Cooldown unchanged. Mana cost was reduced by quite a bit at max. That's quite a bit of mana reduction. The range was reduced, though, which he had pretty good range with that. Base damage wasn't reduced by too much. The ability power ratio was reduced by a lot. And then you lose the attack speed debuff. Damage is slow, increased by 50% over as the barrel sits. Okay, so if you let the barrel sit there, you can actually do, you'll do more damage with it. But, I don't know. You kind of, like, as far as, like, in lane with Gragas, all of your harass damage comes down from fast Qs. You just roll it out and you blow it up. So letting it sit there isn't going to do anything for you. I guess it'd be good for, like, a bush gank trap thing. Like, you sit in a bush and you see them coming to you, you throw your barrel out, they walk up to it, they're going to take a lot more damage. But, I don't know if it's a nerf to his barrels. The movement speed slow is actually really, really going to be really, really good on his barrels. Let's go on and see what's up with the rest of his abilities, though, what they're changing here. Drunken Rage. The cooldown was just by a lot. I have a feeling it does not do the same thing. His next basic attack deals increased damage plus some of the target's maximum health. Duration 3 seconds. Okay, so you have 3 seconds to do that. Damage reduction unchanged. You still get damage reduction. Gragas can now move at 80% movement speed while drinking. Oh, okay. I don't know. With it not having. So he still takes damage reduction, but it's only for 3 seconds. So it's gonna be weird. He's definitely not gonna be as strong with this skill. Seems like he's definitely a nerf. Although I don't know the active. I don't know. This is another one. Like this seems like they're changing him so much. I definitely have to play him or see him played to see what I think about him. Yeah, let's just go check out Body Slam. Let's see what's up with Body Slam. See what else they've changed. The cooldown, increased cooldown in the early levels on his E. Mana cost was reduced. Damage was increased. Ability power ratio increased. No attack damage ratio. Cooldown reduced by 3 seconds on unit collision. 1 second stun and slight knockback. Oof. I don't know. I actually still don't know. I don't play Gragas enough initially to really know. I'm not very good with him. His ult seems similar. Damage was reduced and ability. His other skills are gonna have to definitely make up. They took a lot of damage off his ult. A 0.2 ability power ratio and then 50 at the max rank. Definitely have to see him played or play him myself to see if he's gonna be any good anymore. His skills have changed so much. Same thing with Rengar. I think Rengar could actually be really good. The Bone Tooth necklace change is... I thought it was going to still cost, like, maybe less than 800, but I still thought it was going to cost gold, but the Bone Tooth necklace is going to cost 0. I mean, it's going to be free, so it's going to be interesting. I definitely have to play both these before I have any kind of... before I can really say what if I think they're going to be good or not. They both seem like they could be... Rengar seems like it could be decent. I don't think Gragas. I don't know. We'll have to see. So I think this is the... Armor Seals have become such a standardized rune that players have learned to play with and around them. These buffs are to compensate for the discrepancy. All champions have gained +4 base armor. Okay, so yeah, they're trying to... They probably should have done this a long time ago. Fix the runes, because runes have been bad for a while. Now it deals a tick of damage when cancelled. Okay. Passive dread. Okay, good. That's good, because that way you can go and gank them easier. Mana was reduced on his E, and then the collision. Oh wow. That's a big damage increase on Graves' R for the early level. For level like right when he hit 6, that's gonna be a lot of extra damage. Like, he's going to be scary at 6. Graves will be really, really scary at 6. He might be playable now. That's 60 more damage on his ult. And then the attack damage ratio was increased on the second half of it. Yeah, I could definitely see Graves being good. Or decent after this. We'll have to see. We've got some Heimer changes. Looks like just they're changing his damage around, putting more of it into his ability power ratio than his flat damage. Beam damage looks like it was nerfed for sure. Yeah. And the beam cooldown increased. So they're just trying to nerf him. He was pretty ridiculous and not very fun to play against in the top lane at all. His Apex turret looks like once again damage was just reduced. And again, damage was reduced. Because, like, even as a jungle main, once Heimer sets up at, like, level 2 in his lane, and he has barrier, and he has 3 turrets out, you just can't gank him. He's so hard to gank. Like, it's usually the Heimer can just 1v2 you and your mid laner. So it's pretty ridiculous. So they're just reducing his turret damage, which is good. And maybe he won't be so ungankable anymore. We'll have to see. I'm hoping that fixes the Heimer problem. And it looks like it will. You'll be able to gank Heimer again. Casting Flash no longer breaks Void Assault Stealth, so it seems like it was a bug. Yeah, bug fix. And cooldown between casts, 1 second. I think it was always that. Reduces turret damage. So we know it longer takes reduced turret damage, which is good. It probably should have been that way before. Cooldown reduced by 50% if cast on Lee Sin or an allied champion. So I guess they don't want him to be able to war jump as much. Shield duration was also reduced. I don't think that's that big of a deal. So he'll no longer gain the shield when jumping to a ward. The shield's length being from 5 to 4 seconds isn't a big deal. He won't be able to war jump as much. He'll be able to jump to champions fine, but I think it'll still be fine overall. I think it's fine. It's probably a decent change. He's pretty strong right now, but I think he'll be fine after this for sure. Got some of those Leona nerfs. Not a huge hit. It doesn't look like a huge hit on either of them. I think she'll still be fine. Just she was a little too sustaining in lane from just base stats, and then her Eclipse did give quite a bit of armor and magic resist. I'm fine with these changes. I think Leona will be fine. Definitely seems like she'll be fine. Got help picks, follow enemy duration, 4 seconds. Minion cast, minion gain a shield, base damage. So the damage of her shield, or just like instant damage onto an enemy, was reduced. The base damage at later levels. Early on, it's still, I guess level 1 is the same, but after that, it gets reduced by quite a bit. That's actually a lot of damage. And then it now only follows the enemy for 4 seconds, which means you can't go E, Q, and then Q will be up again before the E has left the opponent, the enemy. So that might actually get rid of Lulu mid completely. I never played Lulu mid. Not many people play in solo queue. But I think that'll probably get rid of Lulu mid. She won't be able to have that level 1, level 2. She won't be a strong level 1, level 2. Some misfortune changes. I hadn't heard about these at all. So passive, they should have already had that in there. They just put it on the buff, how much bonus movement speed you get. Double up, reduce the cooldown, reduce the mana cost. Those are both by quite a bit. First target base damage, first target attack damage ratio, second target damage. So the first target damage was reduced by a lot actually at max rank. It was almost halved completely. But second target damage was increased. No, it was halved too. Second target AD ratio. The AD ratios were increased, but all the so I guess they put it on lower cooldown, lower mana, and then they lowered the damage. So you should be, if you use it twice, maybe they're just trying to compensate. If you use it twice, you'll be able to do more damage than you were before. Seems okay. I don't know. Misfortune still doesn't have an escape, so that's still gonna be a problem. So mana cost on impure shots was reduced. Bonus attack damage per stack. 0.06 attack damage. Bonus attack damage per stack. Okay, so it's just giving you, it's a little scale better with your AD. Opposed to just being flat damage. Attack damage, attack speed buff. Increased at later levels. But grievous wounds duration was decreased. Make it rain. Cooldown was reduced. Good. The skill Make It Rain. The Make It Rain was a fairly useless skill overall, in my opinion. Like it was almost never used. So you got the cooldown reduced, increased, slow. So that's good. Better than having nothing at all. And then we're looking at bullet time here. Oops. Her R. Passively increases the stat cap of impure shots up to 6, 7, 8. Oh, shots to 6, 7, 8. Base damage per bullet was reduced. But I think, is it imply? Passively implies the stat cap of impure. Okay, so it applies impure shots on your alt now, it looks like. Total base damage was reduced at early levels, but caps off the same. Each bullet applies a stack and proxy damage of impure shots, but does not apply grievous wounds. Okay, so it seems pretty good. I still don't think she'll be playable. Still doesn't have an escape. Renekton here, he was actually hit pretty hard. Kind of. It's not really. It's really only affects his first R. 100 HP less is pretty big. But now he scales a little better. He's about even. At level 11, he's about the same. But then at level 16, he becomes quite a bit stronger than he was before. Plus 200 more health and 20 more damage per second is pretty big. So it's really just just to tone down his early game a little bit. For right when he hits 6, he can't just like all in and dive you as hard. I still feel like he'll still probably be pretty good. His whole kit like together is really good early on. But now when he hits 6, he won't be able to just kill you. Pick a card. Card select window is reduced. Card use window is increased. Probably for the best. TF's still not very good right now. Some nerfs to Wukong. His early armor shred is going to be reduced. I didn't really have a problem with Wukong at all. I don't know. And then and his R is Cyclone. It looks like they reduced the damage on that as well. Attack damage ratios per second. Yeah, I just reduced it by 0.1. I don't know. I still think he'll be decent in the jungle. I didn't really like him. I didn't really have a problem with him either. Ziggs' attack range was reduced by a little bit. I think it's probably needs to happen. Ziggs is really strong right now, so I'm completely fine with them nerfing Ziggs a little bit. I actually play him quite a bit. I'm completely fine with this change. He's still going to be good, I think. It's not a huge hit. Like, it does remove a little bit of his harass because of his passive, and then you need to land the auto attacks for that to proc, so. But I think he'll be fine. Because with some minor changes and bug fixes. He's outside between Jarvan and his target. All right, good, because they should have done that again like a while ago. A lot of problems with Jarvan's ult. Back when he was a solid jungler, played him a lot, and people could always either get out of it, or you would actually be able to walk out of it. It was pretty bad. Now goes on cooldown when Jinx finishes firing rather than... Alright, so just like stuff they should have fixed before. Malzahar's bad. Pantheon now blocks an attack of a siege minion or large minion, even if they don't meet. Oh, that's cool. Because like with, I believe Wolves would proc his passive, but Wraiths did not. The Wraith camp in the jungle did not proc the passive, which is a little annoying because it doesn't really make sense. It wasn't a huge deal, but definitely good that they did that. Looking at the blue trinkets. Yo, we got some buffs. I might start buying this one now. The vision duration was increased from 1 second to 2 seconds. That's pretty big. It doubles it. Like, it's double. And they almost doubling the range at all levels. So I think it'll be good. I think it'll actually be pretty good now. Elder Lizard got hit pretty hard. A little bit. I think it'll still be fine. They didn't reduce the damage a deal, so like your ganks are still going to be fine. New Feral Flare. Upgrades from Regal's Lantern after 25 large monster kills. Plus 15 attack damage, 35 attack speed. And then you deal... Basic attacks deal 100 damage, reduced by 67% against champions, and heal 10 on hit. Kills assist and large monster kills. Increase the damage by 3 and heal by 1. Just like permanently? That seems like pretty good. 30% gold for monsters. Places a stealth ward. Wardcast range greatly increased versus normal wardcast range. That seems like it could be pretty good. Actually, if that's permanent, enlarge monster kills increase the damage by 3 and heal by 1. Huh. Or is that the... I don't know. I'll have to play it. I'll have to play it. Seems like it could be very good. Yo, we got a new item. Amplifying Tone Plus. 515 gold. Total cost 950. 30 ability power, 5 movement speed. And this is going to build into Lichbane. Twin Shadows. And it looks like they're not going to read Twin Shadows. I don't buy the item. I don't think many people do. Sometimes on supports. Forbidden Idol. Another new item. 10% cooldown reduction. Mana per 5. Is that it? That's it. And it's going to build into Relinomicon and Talisman of Ascension. I think it's just for supports, really, to give them another route of mana plus cooldown reduction, like to make it easier for them to get mana in their lane. It's just pretty good. I guess these new items never really change too much. The price of items is really what changes, so I'd have to like buy the item to see if it's play with the item to see if I'd want to buy it at all. So they're kind of nerfing Frost Queen's Claim. They're increasing the ability power by 10, but it's 200 more gold, and I think this is fair. This is a really strong item right now, and then once you got ahead, it looks like they're nerfing all of them anyways. Once you got ahead, you could just get a lot of kills with it. It was a pretty good item. I like the nerf. You won't be able to get it as early. It's not too much of a nerf. I mean, you do get the extra 10 ability power. It's definitely a nerf, but it's not the worst thing to happen. Facing the Mountain, combined cost was increased. Health regen 5 was reduced, but you get an extra 125 health. So it's doing the same thing with the Frost Queen's Claim. They don't want you to be able to get it as early, but then when you do get it, you have some extra stats with it. Hextech Revolver plus Fiendish Codex. This is for Will of the Ancients. Plus 30 ability power. So for 500 gold, you get 30 more ability power, but you lose the mana regen /5. So this might you might see this. They're trying to. They probably just want you to play Vladimir, or I guess Mordekaiser. This would work with. I don't know why they put the mana regen on there. To start with, because this item is usually built for champions who don't use mana or don't want to use mana. So that's definitely good. They shouldn't have had it have mana regen per 5 to start with. I don't know why they did. I don't think it'll be bought still, but in the right direction. Aegis of the Legion I have not seen this been bought in a long time. Just so cost inefficient. Gives 20 magic resist now, no armor, and then Locket now gives magic resist instead of armor. So it's gonna be a full magic resist. Excuse me. It's gonna be a full magic resist item now. I guess I don't think it gives armor at all anymore. The aura was a magic resist. So I guess it might be better versus like double AP comps or like double AP and an AP jungler, stuff like that. So it might see actually more play be with that change versus heavy AP teams. Warren's Mail cost is the same. It just builds out of a chain vest. Plus 280 gold. I actually like that change. It can give you different early routes to go to start in, so you don't have to buy 2 cloth armors or anything like that. Glacial Shroud, less mana, less armor. Total cost was reduced by 400 though, so they have the armor. So the total cost of Frozen Heart and Iceborne Gauntlet was the total costs were reduced. The armor was reduced on Iceborne Gauntlet by 10, but increased by 5 on Frozen Heart. So I think they actually just want you to buy these items more. So they're just giving them a little love. That's definitely a big buff to Glacial Shroud, having it cost 400 less. You're also going to be able to get Frozen Heart. Like, Frozen Heart could be definitely viable now. It's so much cheaper. And the stats stay relatively the same. You don't really care about 100 less mana for 300 less gold, I don't think. Maybe Rise cares. That's about it, though. I think everyone else, any other champion that buys that will definitely be happy about those changes. Yo, boot, enchantments, Alacrity. I buy it all the time, even though I shouldn't. So I like that buff. Captains. Captains is like never bought. It might be bought now. 10%, and then reduce the gold. The gold cost is less. Awesome. Distortion increases ghost movement speed by 40% from. Wow, that's big. Grants 30% movement speed for 1 second after using flash. That's also big. For 3 seconds after successfully using teleport. So that's also big. That's actually huge. The 30% movement speed for 3 seconds after successfully using teleport, that's actually really, really massive. That's like summoner spell cooldown reduction. So it's reduced by a little bit from 25 to 20. But that third one, 30% movement speed for 3 seconds after successfully using teleport is actually really huge on a teleport gank. I expect this to be picked up almost 100% of the time on people with teleport eventually throughout a game. Because that's really big. Increases ghost movement speed by 40 from 280 is also really big too. So ghost might see a little more play. Home guard, a portion of missing health and mana per second. All right, cool. 6 seconds out of combat. All right, also cool. I think that's good. Home guards were like the only thing bought. It's about time they were changed. Or nerfed, I should say. So here, earlier they said base armor of all champions is increased by 4, and then they're nerfing armor seals. And then they're buffing a scaling armor seal, greater seal of health as well, greater seal of scaling health, greater seal of health regen. And this is all stuff I'm gonna have to like play with before I have an opinion on it. Really, I don't think many of the scaling ones will be used. The scaling magic resist one actually might be used. Seems pretty good. Scaly cooldown reduction I don't think will be used. Maybe. Glyph of mana regen, I don't think that'll be used. Oh, no, that is already used. So buffing that is just makes people already use that one better. Scaling mana regen, I didn't even know that was a thing. It might be good, I don't think so. Greater distance of cooldown reduction. Most of the scaling ones are just it puts you too far behind early for it to be useful later. That's why most of the scaling ones are just not used. They're just bad. So greater distance of cooldown reduction. You always put your cooldown reduction in your glyph, so I don't think either of those will be used. Greater distance of attack speed. That's cool that they buffed that. That'll be used slightly. Greater distance of lifesteal. Were nerfed. The offensive mastery feast now restores 3 health on unit kill, up from 2. I guess so. It's overall a nerf to the lifesteal, which is fine with me. I think that's good. Scavenger, completely unrelated buff here. We noticed that Scavenger's range was smaller than Ancient Coin, resulting in, so we fixed it. So they increased Scavenger's range. Awesome. Exhaust, looks like they're giving it a buff. Damage debuff increased. The range was also increased. And the attack speed wasn't the biggest part about it, I feel like, anyways. So I feel like this is a buff to exhaust. Because you'd put exhaust on people like I don't know, Zed or Kha'Zix, who are bursty and not as much attack speed based. Attack speeds are pretty big overall in their kits or whatever, but you put it on them. People like, you could do it like Zed or Kha'Zix, or anyone who goes hella bursty. So that's big. It'll still be good in lane too if it's on a support or whatever. Looks like heal is getting some buffs here. Which is good, because heal's never used. The more stuff that's playable, it just makes the game better. Cooldown was reduced. Heal was increased at later levels. Near to the caster, cursor, or most wounded ally if no target is near the heals the caster and the allied champion nearest to the caster, cursor, or the most wounded ally if no target is near the cursor. Oh, so it only heals you and one other person. Ooh, healing... removes healing reduction effects on affected champions. Okay. Crazy awesome. Affected champions gain plus 30% movement speed for 2 seconds. So that's pretty good. Heal actually seems okay now. I wouldn't be surprised if it started getting played. Now grants vision of the target while ignited. Does not reveal stealth units. That's good. I like it. We heard your feedback and have turned the... So people were confusing barrier with Kale's ult. Which is I can definitely see it. So they just changed the color of it, which is awesome. And then dragon 5% per level. So it looks like they're, when gems add enough damage, taking the dragon becomes a high value, low risk score. These changes should help dragon better as a late game objective rather than a quick gold bonus. So they're just buffing the dragon so that it's not as easily soloed really quickly. Just so you I don't know if they didn't increase the gold on it. I don't also actually do anything. Oh, gains more armor and magic just after level 9. Yeah, I guess it'll be a buff to dragon. It'll be harder to take mid to late-ish game dragons. Like once you get later game, like it's easy still. So I guess mid-game dragons this helps on. I don't know. Dragon's not, like, it's not worth a whole lot right now. I know a lot of people are like, especially in the competitive side of things, think dragon should be worth a lot more than what it is, because it's just not worth it, or you don't gain as much as you should for getting dragon. Like especially as you used to, they changed dragon I think quite a bit. So now people will probably just try and go after dragon less. Not force dragon fights as much and stuff. We'll have to see. Yep. That's the end of the changes. So that's the end of my video. Thanks for watching. If you did like it, make sure to give it a like. If you enjoyed the video, want to see more videos like this one, be sure to subscribe. Check out my last gameplay and commentary and my next one when it does go up. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and then go check out my live stream. And thanks for watching. Peace.